Hey guys, this is Roger here. Welcome to the Nerd Cave, aka the Scotch Marketing Library. I wanted to talk to you guys about coaching for a minute. I've got 3 coaches now, working on a 4th. I spent 2 hours today doing my monthly call with my NLP coach. If you don't understand what NLP is, look it up. I'm not going to try to get into explaining because I don't even know if I can explain it very well. But basically what she helps me do, I have a business coach. I have a coach that kind of helps me keep focused on my events and my products to make sure that I'm focused in on the right things. My NLP coach kind of works on the philosophy or the mentality of what I'm doing and tries to get me more in touch with the emotion of the processes that I implement. And I was talking to her today about a problem that I've had as of recent where I just kind of like to roll with the punches and let things happen, and if they don't work out right, I don't sweat it, I keep moving on. That works until you do a deal and you lose a bunch of money. And so she helped me start working on before that in deals, when I would sit down to negotiate or I'd make an offer, I'd always try to make an offer that I thought the other person would like and accept. That's an easy way to get sales. It's also a very easy way to make yourself miserable. What she got me to do is she says every time that you write out a deal, she's like, I want you to go back and you've written it so that the other person's going to like it. But now this time I want you to write it so that you like it. And that typically means increasing the price by 20 to 50%, decreasing the deliverables by a significant amount, and then make the offer. In most cases in business, you don't make an offer and people just say no. Most cases you make an offer and people ask questions, they try to negotiate, they try to get more out of you. And if you're already making the offer to them that you think that they're going to accept, you don't leave yourself any room for negotiation. A good way for a deal to fail is for you to make an offer that you know they'll be happy with, but that you're not. Because if they accept it and you start working on it, you're already miserable. You're already in a deal that you don't want to be involved in. That doesn't do you any good. So I've been working on that. I think that I've been very successful in that implementation. Fast forward to today, so I've been working on that for 3 or 4 months. And what I'm finding now is that, and this is a similar problem, although the elements of the deal, I'm getting to the point where I like, the technicalities of the deal, I'm still not properly positioning. So that means that I will negotiate with someone, we'll come up with what the benchmarks are going to be, but we won't talk about what the implementation is going to be, or what the expectation of implementation is going to be. Now this goes both ways. This is me as a buyer and me as a seller. I think me as a seller, I do a pretty good job. I don't get a lot of complaints from people where they don't feel like they got what they were promised when I'm the one doing the deal and I'm not being sold by someone else that likes to mislead people. That's a whole nother story. But I noticed that when I'm the buyer, meaning if I contract with someone to put on an event, or I contract with someone to launch a product, I have an expectation in my head of what they're going to do, but that is not the same expectation that they have of what they are going to deliver. And that disparity between these two things has cost me a lot of money so far this year. I can't blame the other individuals. It's not that they were instructed or contracted to do something and they don't do it. I'm just assuming that they're going to do something that they don't. So how many people out there find themselves communicating with a business partner, a customer, a vendor, or even a loved one, and they have an expectation of what a deliverable is in a relationship, but it's not being outlined and they're being disappointed. You have to really think about whose fault is that. My NLP coach, if you understand NLP, she had me sitting in my bedroom as a 12-year-old dealing with a personal relationship with my parents and how that might have formulated the fact that I have a lot of empathy for other individuals. And I believe that everyone wants to be successful, that everyone's always going to put 100% into everything. The reality is that maybe 5% of people in the world are actually willing to put out 80% effort. So finding those 5% of people, working with them, hiring them, doing business with them, highly recommended, but they're not easy to find. Most people don't even want to put 50% effort into what they're doing. So if you're trying to do business deals with these people, if you're trying to have a personal relationship with these people, and they're not even putting 50% effort into anything that they're doing, are you going to be successful in doing business with them or having a relationship with them? The answer is no. I know this to be one of the things that I need to work on. Now, I don't want a lack of empathy. I don't want to decrease my empathy, but I have to start understanding that I don't have shared values like other people do. I am always in a deal to see what both parties can get out of it. And in fact, I've even weighted my expectation or deliverables more to the other person's side way too often. And that's left me in situations with deals that I'm just not happy with. I'm working on that. But I've got to be a little bit more straightforward about what the expectations are of every situation that I get into. If I'm going to partner with someone to put on an event, and they're supposed to be the back of the room, for those of you that do events and know what the back of the room is, I guess we have to have a discussion about who's doing registration, who's printing the paperwork, how products and packages are going to be delivered, what the follow-up process is going to be. I can't just expect that they know how to do it the way that I want it done. And I can't expect that their system is going to be the successful one if they've never outlined it to me either. So how many of you in your business have customers where you've not outlined exactly what you're going to do and there's frustration from them? There's questions that are coming in that you just get frustrated with, like, why am I wasting my time answering this question? This person's supposed to know this. The weight's got to fall on your shoulders that you might not have done it right. How many people are buying or bought something from someone and then they have the same problem? There's an expectation that they had as a buyer that wasn't delivered. I did business with someone for like 100 days in 2013. And I'm going to call those 100 days of WTF. I put an offer out last week. I actually think it was earlier this week that it went out in email format. It went out on social media the week before. And I got 2 responses from people that, Roger, you know what? I love you. I really like your product. But when you sold this widget with this person, you guys didn't deliver. What's supposed to make me think that you're going to deliver now? And it often makes me sit back and go, man, that 100 days really screwed me. And I look back at how did that 100 days come about? Now, I can easily say the other person was unethical. They can say that I was misleading. But I think what can be mutually agreed upon is that there was not a clear, concise, documented expectation from each other. And then when we went to go to market with what we were doing, one party changed everything 72 hours before, and that threw everything into chaos. And what really should have happened is we should have just not offered anything. Of course, you can't do that in the event industry, but I regret that to today. So the point of all this, I have coaches. I'm working through issues in my business that you may have in yours. What I'm asking you now is, what are some of the issues in your business that you wish you had somebody to talk to about that you could use some guidance on? If it's marketing or it's entrepreneurial business development, maybe I can help you. If it's doing a $100 million deal, maybe I can put you in touch with someone I know. If it's your mindset, I'll be happy to introduce you to my NLP coach, Carla, out of San Francisco or Seattle. And we can work together to see how we can make each other more successful. And I'd really like an opportunity to do that. So comment below, tell me what it is that you're looking to do, what kind of problems you're having, what kind of help you need from a coach, and let me see if I can help you find it. So this is Roger. This is my Nerd Cave, my library, my sanctuary, also my Scotch room. I call this Scotch and Marketing. And leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to y'all soon.